Hi, I'm Jimmy Noble with the Noble Group, and today we're going to go over the notice pursuant to home inspection. So here's where we're at in the process. We've had your home inspection, and typically the day after the inspection, we'll get the report. It usually comes electronically in a PDF file. We'll get that report from the home inspection, your home inspection report. And we'll go through it. Now, the reality is you were there at the inspection, so you're already going to you're going to have a good feel for the house. You're going to know what items you're going to see on the report. All it is, it's a written report of what the home inspector went over with you. And they're going to go over everything in that report. It's even going to tell you about, like, hey, this is how you want to maintain your your furnace. You're going to want to change your filter every X number of months and things like that. So it's a lot of just regular general maintenance items that'll help you stay ahead of the game and keep your home in good condition. Now, the notice pursuant to home inspections, remember, we ask for, on the contract, we ask for somewhere usually between 12 and 15 days to get the inspection and to submit a notice pursuant should there be any items that come up on the home inspection report. So, on the report, say there were some items that, such as water heater didn't work, did not produce hot water. Electrical outlets are not properly grounded. GFCIs, the little ones by the sink that are supposed to trip if you were to drop a toaster oven in the in the sink, or a hairdryer in the sink, it's supposed to trip that. They're going to test, make sure all that stuff works. If the roof is leaking, these are all issues that would be brought up on the home inspection report that we would put on the notice pursuant. Now, whatever you want to address in regards to repairs for items that were unsatisfactory, that were not correct, not functioning as intended. A roof's purpose is to prevent water from getting inside the house. So if water is getting inside the house through a leak, then it's not functioning as intended. That will be an example of something that we can put on the notice pursuant to home inspection. So that notice pursuant is the form that we need to use to ask the seller to make repairs. So we'll use as an example, we'll say we put on the notice pursuant, say you put down, the roof to be repaired so that it does not leak. It might be sometimes you get caulking and things like that around a flashing, around a chimney, for example, and the GFCI, whatever those issues are, we're going to put them on the notice pursuant. And we're going to submit them, and you're going to sign it, and then we're going to submit that to the seller. And that's your request for these items to be repaired. Now, a seller at that point has, and we got to get that done just so within that time frame that we asked for, whatever it was, the 12 or 15 days. So we're going to get our inspection, get the report back, put the items that you want to address on the notice pursuant, sign it, submit it to the seller. A request has been made. The seller then has three options. As with anything that's posed, there are three options. They can accept. If they accept, that means they're going to sign off on it, and they're going to give it back to us. That means they're going to complete all of the repairs that you asked for. Contract remains in full force. We continue to move on. They could say, we accept some of it, but not all of it. So say you had two items on there, and they said, hey, item number one we're going to take care of, but item number two we will not take care of. They're going to sign off on that, and then send it back to us. And we're going to present it to you, go over with it. And you have the option at that time to say, you know what, okay, I can live with that. That works for me. Or you can say, okay, I'm done. We're going to terminate based on that. So really, you kind of got to use your judgment on how big of a deal the item is, to make the decision. And we're here for guidance, and you can definitely talk to us, our contractors, to get opinions and whatnot. We'll help you guide. We'll help guide you through the process. So that being said, that's the second possibility. The third possibility is that they reject it. So we prepare it, send it over to them, and they say, you know what, I'm not going to accept it, I'm not going to counter it, I'm going to reject it, I'm not going to make any of these repairs. And remember, we're using the example that you asked for 2 repairs. So then they sign it, saying that they're not going to finish any repairs, and they're going to send it back to us. At that point, you have the option, once again, to say, okay, I'll go through with this, I can live with this. These repairs were kind of minor stuff anyway. Or you can terminate the contract of sale at that point. The last thing that can happen is if the seller does not respond within a certain time, no response, and remember that time is all based on the contract because that's our roadmap for timelines. If they don't respond by a certain time, that's going to be, and I'm not going to say the time in the video because this is going to be stipulated in the paperwork and it can be different from deal to deal. No response is in fact a response. And that means if they didn't respond to you by the time that they should have, it goes back to you. And that's essentially them saying that they're not going to make any repairs. It goes back to you, and you then have the option to say, you know what, I can live with it. The contract will stay in full force. We'll move through and get the house, or you can terminate at that time. So the bottom line is that the notice pursuant to home inspection shouldn't be a surprise to you when we're putting it all down on paper, because you've already had your home inspection with the actual inspector and they're giving you all the information verbally. But the notice pursuant to home inspection is the formal request to the sellers to make repairs, and it's going to be accepted, rejected, or countered. Those are the only three options, for the most part, that really exist in the real estate or in the world of contracts. That being said, if you got questions about home inspection or notice pursuant to home inspection, give us a call. You can reach us at 1-888-205-7773 or visit thenoblegroup.org. Thanks so much. Have a great day.